home captured several people using a racist slur while watching home security footage of a foiled burglary outside of her house. City Court Judge Michelle Odinet first said, quote, "I was given a sedative at the time of the video. I have zero recollection of the video and disturbing language used during it." Her lawyer later said she feels humiliated, embarrassed, and sorry for what she has done and the harm she has caused to the community. Joining us now, Don Lemon, host of CNN's Don Lemon Tonight and the author of This Is the Fire, What I Say to My Friends About Racism and the Apparent Existence of This Racist Pill. Don.
She took that, made her say racist things. It's sad. Now, Judge Michelle Odinet is now facing pressure to resign. Again, she has said, I don't remember it. She's also blamed it on her son. She said, this is evidence now that my son, who has an addiction or has been dealing with some issues or what have you, so it's blaming her son. I think she's going to have to probably resign because now they're reviewing all of her cases. Their attorneys are asking the officials there to take her cases and look them over again and to free whatever it is or get their clients off the hook because of her racist comments. You don't take pills that make you racist. You don't take things that make you say racist things, John. If it's not there, if it's not in you, then you're not going to do it. So, and I think this judge should face repercussions for that, even though it happened in her own home. She was, there's no evidence that the person they talked about, that he was violent and that it was, held her up with a gun or what have you. There's no evidence that the person had a gun. And what she was saying on that videotape, calling these people the N-words and then comparing them to cockroaches as well. So how can you sit in a courtroom with Judge Michelle Odinet and think that you're going to receive a fair trial, a fair treatment when she uses that kind of language and she views people as no better than cockroaches?
Yeah, because the issue here is how, as she makes decisions, does she see black people?
Yeah.
And you mentioned the crime. Look, no one's defending what this guy allegedly did. It's a violation. But she also describes him as armed when he wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think that really speaks, Don, to a pattern as well that we've seen people discussing when it comes to just the baseline perception of black men.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's true. I mean, black men, have always been seen historically as more violent, more aggressive. Younger, young people are seen as adults. I mean, it's a whole culture of the history of this country that we don't really have to go over and litigate. We know that it is true, even though people try to pretend that it's not. And I think we're living in very perilous times right now when you have a judge who is responsible for whether someone is free or not, life or death situations, who is blaming it on a pill and who is saying that this isn't who I am and I don't recall that. That's a huge issue when you have the kind of power that a judge has in our society. You cannot do that. Judges should be beyond reproach. They have to set the example. They are the leaders, and I don't think that she should be in a position of power when she is calling people the N-word, even if it is in the privacy of her own home. And look, think about it. How did that tape get out there? What kind of a responsible or irresponsible person is she to have that, first of all, have that kind of conversation in her home with her sons, and then also let that sort of thing get out? It's really irresponsible.
So San Francisco Mayor